Do you see what I see? Birds. Two birds sitting on an old-fashioned shopping cart in the rain. An old Sears shopping cart on an old abandoned lot in the rain. Amazing. I mean the fate of this old cart. The fate of Sears. It is a fact, was a fact, that the two birds did sit on the cart. My recollection of Sears, however, may just be a fantasy, just tales based on perception. But it seems to me that at one time Sears was the king of retail. Then Amazon was just a concept in somebody's imagination. Sears had many really good things going for them. Their lifetime craftsman's tools, for example. And yes, these tools were in fact guaranteed for life. Then there was their famous Kenmore brand. Every red-blooded American worker wanted that brand in their house, their lifetime home. The only competition they had, really, was Montgomery Ward's. But Ward's, as I recall, was so much inferior to Sears. That's the perception that I had, anyway. Then, if I remember properly, two fiercely competitive brothers became CEOs of Sears and Ward's, respectively, at the same time. Ward's disappeared. Sears lingers on. As for me, I can tell you the day my attitude changed towards Sears. I walked into the store, shabbily dressed, I usually am, in respect for my father. My father ran his business his way, based on integrity and honesty, with respect for all, and not on fads and fashions. But that's another tale. In Sears, I walked into their appliance section, admiring their refrigerators, shabbily dressed and all. And I would look at the appliances as I would look at the 6 salespeople gathered around the desk, admiring pictures on a phone, ignoring me. After all, they must have thought, he can't afford anything. The truth is, I could. After 15 minutes of being ignored, I walked out of Sears. By then, American Express Gold Card was not used that day. There it is. Two birds sitting on an abandoned Sears cart in the rain. I'm an old man now, but I seem to recall 2 other brands, Blockbuster and Netflix. I was 3 days late in returning a VHS tape, and expensive fees were assessed. Being a snark, I protested and promised that I would do business with the red envelope guys. Blockbuster's clerk's retort was that Netflix was just a fad. Oh well. The rest, as they say, is history. Then, as I recall, there was Dixie Hi-Fi in the land of cotton. They later changed their name to Circuit City. Circuit City employees were paid on commission, so your appearance mattered. It suggested that you had money to spend, the usual story. Right across the street, along came Best Buys. They did not work on commissions, and their claim to fame was their reminder that they were a company that respected diversity, and it showed. Their customer service was excellent, probably still is. Our car dealership now sits where Circuit City store once stood. I am old now, and I wallow in such things as spirituality and my connection to God. No, not your perception of God, but my perception of God. A God that is an intelligence that is in all living things. One that is without gender and a respecter of all mankind. one that is timeless and without religion. Like you, I have created my God not based on my image, but on a universal consciousness of passion, kindness, goodness, honesty, justice, tolerance, all the concepts that I hold dear. I came to my conclusions based on change. God may be timeless, but my perceptions had to change, because change, you see, is the only constant. In change, I had no choice but to create my own religion, a non-religion religion called Microdacism. Yes, it is just as vague as you think, because it had to be created to incorporate change. My odd beliefs, and they're just beliefs, are that religion and science are two sides to the same coin. They complement each other. In observing nature, where I spend a lot of time, I have gained insights into the working mind of God. So I believe, anyway. Nature is about rebirth, and so am I. Nature is about cause and effects, and so am I. So I observe my behavior, seeing karma as a reality. Change, you see, as I said, is a constant, and come tomorrow, hopefully, I will be changing once again for the better. For today, however, happiness is my goal. Respect for you is my intention, and justice for all people, regardless of race, gender, and sexuality, is my sermon. That's it. No books, no sages, no manipulations, because God said so. So, do you want to sit here with me and meditate for a bit? I would like that, and you're welcome to stay.